algorithms transparent, I'll admit that we're talking about the most, like, I think we're talking about literally the most advanced, like some of the most advanced computer engineering on the planet right now. But so I don't know
But
exactly how
so
they
so
would
what if
parse
it's
this.
advanced?
But
What does
let's,
that have to do with anything?
because if
It's
it's,
weird to me you're arguing against this.
well, because it's, if it's sufficiently advanced, then transparency becomes meaningless. If it's too advanced, then transparency wouldn't be enough. You would also need access to proprietary software or education or key mapping or whatever else on the back end in order to understand it, you know? It would be like we might be asking for transparency for like you know how there are algorithms that derive their calculations from the movement of like glow lamps or sand rolling at the beach. We might be asking for transparency and just get a photo of the beach. Like, we might get the info, but without another set of systems that aren't part of the algorithm, we might not be able to process it.
Uh-huh. So okay, so if I don't quite buy any of this, but if I did, here's what I would say. So we should ban machine learning algorithms.
Well, I don't know if it's a matter of buying. I'm pretty sure that's
If
just how
if
it
if
works,
if
but
there if there's wait, what I'm sorry, I interrupted you. I didn't hear what you said.
no, it's not a matter of buying it. I'm just saying that I don't know how transparency would work for something like this. It would be an incredibly complicated, like it would go
But
beyond.
The college track athlete who also competed.
Cool, that seems to be working. Now desktop audio, let's look at that.
Madison Kenyon is a college track athlete who also competed.
Yep. Madison Kenyon. It's Penn Athletics. Okay, cool. Hello everyone. Cool. Posting to Twitter and Instagram real quick. Bing. Now to Instagram. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. So if I want to be standing right in like the middle, or like I like standing around here, the chat box should be here. There we go. I think someone moved it bed. Anyways, we are posting about whoop. Let's redo it. Hi, Unnatural. How you doing, Unnatural? Cool. What? Not live. I want to post. No, no, no. Oh, oops. Next. Peace. Okay. Sharing that. Drop us a happy holidays. Happy holidays, Unnatural. Happy holidays. Cool. Let me get into live on Twitch. Bing. Streaming now. Okay. And now I wanted to, what did I want to do? Okay, I wanted to link Discord on both of these. So real quick, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna link Discord, and then we can start. Okay, cool. Now let's go here, and let's comment paste. Join my Discord. Copy, post. Now I can go to Twitter and yay, awesome, sad girl. Yay. Alright, we can go here. Join my Discord, by the way. There we go. Cool, that should be everything. I'm good for now. Alright, everyone, alright. We're 5 minutes in, and we got the setup done. So, let's see. First on the agenda is talking about trans women in sports. Now, to preempt the ideas about this subject. Either way, I tried to emoji. Let's see. So I think trans women belong in sports. Would it be awesome if trans women were just in a trans women's sports and they didn't have to compete with other cis women? Yes. How many trans women are there to compete in sports to actually have enough of like competition to make like actual worldwide sports and international sports and stuff like that? Not that many. So we have to compromise with the current state of our society where trans women are trans women have become like kind of ostracized in all parts of society. So inviting them to like sports and international stages, I think is a great idea. You can argue that some trans women have been on hormones enough, or they clearly have an advantage with their muscle gain that they already had before hormones, or that they have muscle gain after hormones. And the truth is, there are enough obstacles with taking hormones that I have felt personally myself, in which I feel like the trans women must have a harder time than the cis women who are born with these hormones and these natural bone structures, to where trans women have to adjust. So I think that cis women naturally have the advantage in the in sports with regards to hormones, at least, and bone structure, at least, because my bone structure is now really frail and breaks all the time. I do have wet bones and brittle bones. However, most trans women wouldn't be able to take a punch, wouldn't be able to take as much as a cis man would, because we are now more sensitive, because we now bruise easier, because we now have constant pain in our testicles, because we now have boobs, and like all sorts of obstacles come with being trans. So I think there are enough to where an avid athlete who's cis and an avid athlete who is trans could fairly compete with each other. We already do weighting, like weight how much they weigh and how much muscle mass they have. So I don't think really there's a reason to exclude trans women from sports. Now, we have no idea what this cis woman's about to say, but I think she's about to cry about how trans women have so much of an advantage that it's unfair and that they shouldn't be in women's sports, but they should be in women's sports because women's sports should include trans women. Now, if you don't want to compete against a trans woman, you could say the same against, like, say, like Usain Bolt. Like, what nationality is he again? Is he he's some type of African? Like, you could be like, oh man, like all of those people are like already, like they already have an advantage because they have Usain, like the fastest man in the world. You could say the same thing. So I don't think prejudice towards this particular kind of people, whether that's trans or nationality or ethnicity or any of these things, is rational or reasonable when you're talking about going against the entire world. Because if you want to say that trans women are going to win every sport, I can guarantee you that that's not the truth. Hang on one second, one second. Oh. Just food. Anyways, so yes, trans women should be allowed to compete in sports with cis women or other trans women. Would it be awesome if it was all trans women? Yes. Is there a stage or a possibility for that right now? No. So we're going to have to compete with each other, both trans and cis, including trans and cis men, because trans and cis men also, trans men have testosterone, which builds their muscles, which builds the energy levels and the resistance to pain and the resistance to, wounding and all that kind of stuff. So both trans women and trans men should be allowed in competing with sports with other cis people, because cis people are just the majority and there's no way around it. If there was a way around it, that'd be awesome, but there isn't. So we have to just allow for people with skills to compete with each other and hone those skills together, whether they're trans, cis, non-binary, whatever. Let's see. Awesome to see you on here. Thank you. So, okay, cool. I'm not going to be able to get to chat all the time or see chat for some reason. I'd love to be able to see chat at the same time as talking with you, but I still have to figure out how to run streams so that I can be as efficient as like an average streamer who streams. But you're gonna have to be patient with me. I'm kind of like a newbie. I've been doing this for about 2 years, but I haven't been, keeping up with it or getting knowledge or being trained as to how to run these things. Now, I'm trying to hire some commissions for my art, which I already have tons of art I've done myself and tons of art I've already commissioned, but I'd like to have different screens for waiting and other kind of stuff like that. Like not everyone does that. Honestly, most people who leave the room just kind of leave the room, but at the same time they do have these like special borders, and these special borders around the entire screen and all this kind of stuff. So I'd like to be able to get into that. If anyone wants to help me with that, please let me know. But as far as I know right now, no one's really like deep into streaming. Everyone's just kind of a viewer and a fan of me. So thank you for being a fan of me, and thank you for being a viewer. Now let's get on to this video. All right. Bink. Bonk. Cool. All right. Let's go.
Madison Kenyon is a college track athlete who also competed against biological males. She joins me now to share her
biological male. Woo! That face. Okay, people call me. They say I look like the Grinch. Now, come on. Like, okay, I'm not gonna be rude, but at the same time, where are her lips? No. Okay, I'm done. And anyways, it doesn't matter. But yeah, biological male. Let's talk about that. Okay, are you a biological male or a biological female because you were born trans and you were assigned gender at birth without your consent? I argue no. You were always trans from the beginning because, or no, you weren't always trans from the beginning. Some people don't believe that, but I would argue no, not innately. Some people believe they switched genders. Some people believe they were always different. Some people believe, like me, in like sort of dualism where my spirit is feminine and it's always been feminine. My brain's always been feminine. My biology has always been feminine from the beginning. So I completely disagree with that statement. That's transphobic. Fuck you. Go suck a dick and die. Now.
Kenyon is a college track athlete who also competed against biological males. She
Fuck
joins
you.
me now to share her story along with her
Go
attorney,
bitch.
Kristen Wagoner. Thank you both for being with us. I should say that while Leah Thomas hasn't had gender-affirming surgery, he did have a year's worth of, I believe, hormonal treatment, which is what the NCAA requires in many.
Fuck you, Fox News. You want to misgender trans people at the same time as them having the highest suicide rate of all time? Like, misgender me all you want. I don't give a fucking goddamn when you mention me and misgender me. However, she's worked hard to change her gender and to transition and to take hormones for you to completely disrespect her entire lifestyle in life. So go to hell, whatever the fuck your name is, who looks fucking plastic as shit.
A year's worth of, I believe, hormonal treatment, which is what the NCAA requires in many situations. But Madison, it doesn't change the biological fact.
Yes, it does change the biological fact, because your biology changes from inside. You change. You start having stomach cramps. You start having testicle pain. You start having boob pain. You start having like back pain. Like everything is more painful, everything is more sensitive, everything is more difficult. Living life in general has become suddenly more complex. And the same goes for trans men, because they have to deal with mood changes and impulse changes. And my impulses have become, I've gotten more control over my impulses, because before, when I was horny, I'd just be horny and I couldn't control it. Now when I'm horny, it doesn't really matter. I can choose whether or not to have sex or not. In the same way, when I want to do like exercise or whatever, my biology affects me, because I'll get tired more easy, I will bruise more easy, and I won't be able to keep up in the same way I used to keep up. I swear to God, I'm panting twice as fast as I ever was, and now I'm injecting hormones, and I'm imagining this woman injected hormones as well. So, like, fuck you. Honestly, it does change the biology, because you put it into your biology, you son of a bitch. Oh my God.
He's a man.
No, he never was a man. He never was a man, because he isn't he. She is she. You fucker. Oh my God. Man, how can you stand these Fox News motherfuckers who can't, they can't even, like, come to an agreement to respect someone, that they have a legal name change, that they have legal, like, you're doing illegal things, you're illegally naming them, you're illegally gendering them. What is your fucking problem? Who hurt you? Who hurt you? Why do you have all this money in this expensive suit and expensive tie, and you're looking in front of me running this show, while at the same time not being able to give respect to an athlete who worked her ass off in order to compete with this son of a bitch? Fuck you.
He went through puberty as a man.
She went through puberty as a trans woman. Fuck
has
you.
Muscle structure.
Yes, we have muscle structure, which we lose. We lose. Look at this. There's nothing there. I have no muscles. They're gone. They are all gone. I have no muscles left. I couldn't arm wrestle you. I couldn't stop you from grabbing me. When my boyfriend hit me, he just fucking hit me, and I couldn't do shit about it. I couldn't hit him back, because I knew my glass arm would break if I tried. Fuck you.
Structure and everything through 22 years of his life as a
of her life as a trans woman who was misunderstood and not given as a child the hormones she probably would have loved and desired and needed to have boobs that were huge at this point, and she would have fucking been already well adjusted to all of these hormones if we would just allow trans children to have the hormones they deserve. Because if I had hormones by this point, my boobs would be 3 times or 4 times as big as they are right now, and I'd already be adjusted in society, and people would see me more as a woman immediately, rather than seeing flat-chested me as I am right now. Fuck you.
Man. And Madison, you
as a woman, fuck you.
Competed against this exact situation in track. You've competed against transgender athletes.
Yeah, I think I missed your question because it glitched. Do you mind asking it again?
Oh my God. I don't know what she's doing right now. I don't know if it's actually glitched or if she's just trying to make him say over and over again, misgendering this woman. But either way, fuck you, bitch, for complaining about the fact that you have to compete with people across the world, whatever their gender is. Because you're going to have to, no matter what. Because we have to, no matter what.
Yeah, sure. Would you tell all of us watching right now, what is it like to go into a competition against a transgender athlete when you know the outcome ahead of time?
Yeah, it's extremely deflating.
It's extremely deflating. You're like, oh, man, I lost. Is that you've competed as an athlete, trained as an athlete to compete with other women, and as soon as you find out that a woman is transgender, that a woman is transgender and takes hormones and has all the inability needed to compete with you on a fair level, she has the same body, a body weight, she has the same muscle structure, everything about her has changed in order for her to compete for 2 years. I think it's 1 or 2 years, in order to take hormones and change her entire biology, you motherfucker. To compete with you, and your immediate reaction is, well, I lost? What kind of competitor are you? What kind of competitor are you? Do you think fucking what's his name? Muhammad Ali was like, this guy's taller than me. This guy has longer arms than me. I've lost. It's over. He's got better body structure. Fuck it. Like, what kind of a pussy are you? You're supposed to be a champion. Why are you not a champion? Why are you a fucking pussy? Why do you whine when you have a competition? Why do you whine when you have a challenge? You're supposed to be able to compete and win. You lost. You're a loser.
I've experienced it 5 times, and each time I lost to a biological male.
Biological male, motherfucker. See, she was just trying to be able to get a second chance in order for him to continuously misgender these women. Yeah, you want to call us biological males and never acknowledge the biological changes within our bodies, then we'll never acknowledge your biological changes within your bodies. You want to say that you have a harder time of, like, I've woken up screaming in pain in the middle of the night from the effects of hormones, from the effects of taking spironolactone, estrogen, and progesterone all at once, and now injecting them. There's still pain constantly through my body, aches all the time, and I have sensitivity, and I'm constantly dealing with these changes to my body, which has been fucking 4 years of change. I don't know how long this woman's done it, either 2 or 1 year of change, but I can tell you even then I was in chronic pain constantly. So fuck you for constantly misgendering. Every time they're coming up, it's 3 minutes long. So we're gonna stick it to them every time they want to misgender these women.
And the fact that that's still happening, that women are still losing to biological males.
Fuck you. They're not biological males. They're biologically trans women because their biology has fucking changed for the fact of their transition, for the fact that they're taking these hormones, for the fact that they're changing their fucking body. They've been transgender women for a very long time, and fuck you for being disrespectful, you fucking blonde cunt. You're in your room, fucking all these decorations for no reason, all over, for whatever. I'm in this fucking blank ass room as a trans woman, having lived as a woman for fucking 4 years. What you've lived well, I mean, I've lived as a woman all my life because I've known ever since I was 5 that I was trans. But the point is that you have privilege. You are very, very privileged. Look at your room. Look at you competing on a grand stage. Blonde, fucking cis, fucking beautiful. There's nothing you don't have that you need in order to succeed in society. Well, we have fucking nothing. No support. No people caring about us. No people inviting us and to compete, to participate in society. So you won't even give us this little bit of competing in society. Just because you lose doesn't mean trans women are inherently superior. It means you're inherently inferior as an athlete.
In their own sport shows why we need more female athletes to speak up about this.
You want more people to be transphobic? Guess what? That's 99% of the population. 99% of the population already agrees with you. What, you want the last 1%? You want the last 1%? You want trans women to be hating ourselves now? You want trans women to be misgendering ourselves now? Is that what you really want? Is that what you really need? We're 0.3% of the population. I'm pretty sure it was 0.3 or 0.5% of the population in all of the world, or in all of the US. I forget which statistic that is, but we're such a small minority that we won't even equal that 1%. The only percentage that you could get is about a 0.5% of the rest of the US, of the rest of the world, who doesn't agree with you already. Everyone already agrees with you that trans women shouldn't be allowed in bathrooms, that trans women shouldn't be allowed competing in sports, that trans women shouldn't be allowed to take hormones, because you would have us die and commit suicide before you would let us live our lives as normal women every day, to work for years. I bet this woman worked for years to be a competitor. She trained hard. You lost. You didn't train hard enough. You complained. You're a loser.
And so I just kind of want to say to the female athletes in Pennsylvania, don't let anyone silence you.
Don't let anyone silence you. Don't let anyone silence your bigotry. Keep being a bigot. Get louder. Get prouder. Watch Crowder. like what do you want to do? You want to keep trans women out of sports, and then what? What, is it just sports for you, or is it everything? Is it every part of society? How about trans women in bathrooms, bitch? How much you want to bet she's like, they don't belong in our bathrooms anyways? Because this is the fucking kind of blonde white cunt who decides everything, who gets to decide everything, because she's at the top of the fucking echelon of women in general, who already compete in worldwide sports, who already have all these privileges. Fuck you. You're lucky for being privileged to compete against those 5 other trans women, and you deserved to lose because you're an ignorant, stupid motherfucker. Transphobic motherfucker.
Speak up. Tell the NCAA, your athletic directors, and your coaches that you want fair competition because
Yep, you want fair competition. You really want fair competition, then you're going to have to allow anyone who wants to compete and actually makes it through preliminaries and makes it through what is required in order to compete fairly. You fought a fair fight and you lost 5 times.
because doing this is nowhere near as scary as it seems, and the amount of support is overwhelming. This is nowhere way your athletic directors and your coaches that you want fair competition because doing this is nowhere near as
scary as it seems. You know why? Do you know why you have all the support and it's not fucking scary? Because you're a privileged fucking cis woman who can say whatever the fuck she wants, do whatever the fuck she wants, be in society, be accepted in society, no matter how fucking flat her chest is, because you're already accepted, because you're cis, you're not trans, you don't have to fight for the ability to be accepted. We're already rejected. This is why I'm here yelling at you, yelling at all of you fucking transphobes who want to watch, who end up tuning in the end when I post this on YouTube, all of you, that we're competing with you and we're winning and you can't stand it. There's too many of us now. You can't keep us down. You can't keep us shut up. We're here. We're loud. We're proud. We're queer. And you can't run away from it. It's going to get more and more normal as time goes on. There will be more and more trans people, and you won't be able to just silence us and keep us away, because if you want another Stonewall, if you want another Civil War, then it will happen, because we started Black Lives Matter. It was a trans woman who helped start Black Lives Matter and lead Black Lives Matter, and look at how far that's come. Now corporation Black Lives Matter. We have made strides in society to fight for equality, and you want to regress because you are a simple-minded, stupid, just I can't comprehend the level of ignorance that is needed in order to realize that minorities are coming to speak for themselves and to speak for their equality and to fight for the equality and to participate in that, and then say, no, you don't deserve that equality because I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy you having equality. Fuck you.
scary as it seems,
And you have all the support you need, yep, because you're a fucking cis bitch who gets whatever the fuck she wants, and here she is complaining on Fox News to thousands and thousands of people so that she can, what, complain? Like what? You lost. You're the loser. It was legal, there was preliminaries, there were tests, everything was fair, and you lost. You're a loser.
Madison, I'm just curious, you ran track, right? What was your event?
So I did the 3K in indoor track and the...
No one
When did you start
cares.
competing in track? How old were you?
No one
I'm
cares.
sorry, you're going to have to ask the question. I don't know what you asked.
I'll ask you one more time. We'll see if we can work through this glitch. How old were you?
No one
Cross
cares.
country and...
So you started training at the age of 14, your years of training?
Yeah.
A couple months, a biological male stepped in and beat you after all of your years of training?
Biologically trans woman stepped in and beat you up because she's a better competitor and we're better at sports sometimes. I mean, I couldn't beat you in a race, bitch. You'd probably beat me because you've been running for all your life. But I can tell you what, I could outtalk you because I'm hearing you speak right now and you don't know what the fuck you're saying or what the fuck you're talking about. Because if you did, we'd fucking lynch you, bitch. We'd take you up by a fucking tree and we'd lynch your white ass back. Because we've been waiting for fucking years to do that shit. And you done it to us, getting away with it, complaining about this bullshit. But there's a black person in my fucking town and I don't like it. There's a black family, there's a black business, there's a trans family, there's a trans business. It's the same bullshit from the beginning. And you're the fucking cracker. Oh, whoops. Well, we might be banned from Twitch for a little while, but you're the fucking whitey who has the lineage of fucking complaining white women who start up the bullshit for their men to come and do these kind of aggressive, murderous acts, because you're the one who wants to complain about the fact that you have to look close to the N-words or close to the T-words. And guess what? We're getting more and more prominent, more and more popular. There's more and more of us gathering together. We're armed. We're ready. We're not scared. We're fearless because we've fought for our lives since the beginning of our lives. I fought my mother, I fought my father, I fought my sister, I fought my brother, I fought my uncle, I fought my aunt, I fought my grandma, I fought my grandpa, I fought my friends, I fought my lovers, I fought everyone I've ever met, and I'm better at fighting than you are because I'm used to it, and you don't know how to fight. When you have a competition, when you have a challenge, you drop. You just drop down. I'm deflated. I can't fight anymore. I'm done. Because you're a weak bitch who wants the world to be just the way you want it to be, and you want minorities out of it. Well, if you want that, go join the ethno-state, because America's ours.
Yeah, so my first collegiate race, I raced against a biological male, and they beat me.
Biological trans woman, and she beat you because you weren't fast enough. She's faster. Too bad. Should have trained harder. Should have not been deflated, huh? You should have been pumped up. Awesome! I get to fight. I get to challenge against. I get to compete against a trans woman for once. This is awesome. This is a new opportunity. Super cool. All right, let's see how this goes. And then she beats you. So what? You tried. You gave it your best shot, and then you lost. But of course, like a pussy, you can't accept your loss. You lost 5 times, bitch. 5 times fairly.
It's somebody, to your point, Janet Evans, Missy Franklin, Katie Ledecky, somebody has to step up and say this is not right.
It is right, because it's fair, because there's preliminaries, because they've been taking hormones for fucking years, because they've been training for the same things that she's been training for, and they've done better. It's a fair competition. You lost, and you whites can't stand it, can you?
Not right. Mrs. Wagner, I'd love to get you in on this. I mentioned what the NCAA rules are about hormonal treatment, and different states at the high school level have different laws. What should the laws be when it comes to this?
Oh, I'll tell you what she thinks the law should be. Trans women should compete with trans women, never with cis women. That's about it.
They're simple. The law should be that biological women compete against
biological women, not biological trans women. Fuck
biological women.
Wait, here, let's see.
And the NCAA policy doesn't require the University of Pennsylvania to deny a fair playing field to women.
It's already fair. You just can't stand it. You can't stand that we're better at sports than you. Man, how proud am I? How proud am I that there are international trans athletes whipping cis women, cis privileged women. Well, they fought all their lives for their gender. They fought all their lives for their life. They fought all their lives for their safety. They fought all their lives for their voice, and they fucking won. Praise to you fucking awesome queens who won 5 times in a row against cis women. Good fucking job.
It doesn't require that at all. In fact, what it's doing is prioritizing activists over women athletes, and by denying...
It's not prioritizing activists over women athletes. What it's doing is prioritizing minorities who haven't had the opportunity to compete ever in these kind of competitions, and now finally are able to, because fucking trans lives matter, black lives matter. Not only were black people denied for years of not being able to compete because white boys were scared of their hops, because white boys were scared of their run, because white boys were scared of their muscle, of their adaptation that they've developed themselves by being strong competitors, by being strong athletes, and by training harder than you whites. Because you whites are fucking lazy. You're lazy as shit. And when you lose, you can't stand it. Black people will beat you. Trans people will beat you. And you're going to have to suck it up because we're part of America. And you can't get us out because we're American citizens.
Denying them a fair playing field, they're refusing again to recognize legitimate biological...
It is a fair playing field, bitch.
...distinctions, and that hurts women and girls the most.
And I think many are guided by empathy, but they're prioritizing empathizing with one individual over the hundreds, the thousands of...
You think that prioritizing trans women and allowing them to compete and allowing them preliminaries and years of having to take hormones before they compete, where this bitch can just step in, get on in, train when she's fucking 4, be accepted as a woman since her fucking birth? You think that isn't actually helping hundreds upon thousands of trans women have the actual fire in their belly to have inspiration from this? Because I have inspiration from this, and I feel like it could whoop all your asses in a race. I feel like that. I know it's not the truth, but I feel like that right now because we won 5 times in a row. 5 fucking times in a row. Trans women are better at racing than cis women because they train harder, because they're better competitors, because they don't whine and complain, because they're pumped up when they see, hey, look, it's all those fucking cis bitches who called me a boy since birth. Let's beat them as a woman, legally. Fuck yes.
Of Madisons out there that have trained their entire life. It's very selective in where you apply your empathy. And by the way, it's the end of women's sports. Madison and Kirsten.
It's the beginning of women's sports. It's the beginning of a new era of women's sports. And guess what? We're sticking to it and we're staying because the whole entire society realizes that if we don't include the minorities, there will be riots. There will be pushback. There will be protests. There will be changes in the law to allow for every American citizen to compete fairly against each other. And if you're against that, then you're just part of the bad history that's been lasting from the beginning. Oh, black people don't deserve to be free, but sure, they don't deserve to be slaves. That's how it started, huh? Oh, trans people don't deserve to be women, but they deserve to be understood as like biological males. Fuck you. This is the same regressive talk that we've dealt with all our lives as black and trans people. Can you imagine a black trans woman having to deal with two prejudices at once? I can't even imagine that. As a white trans woman right now, I have to deal with all this bullshit, how much this fucking digs into my skin after all of the time that I've, like, I mean, honestly, I have tough skin, but at the same time, like, if I weren't as prepared as I am now as a Twitch streamer and my privileges, which I've developed, which I've worked hard for, which I've suffered rape and beatings and threats to my life and selling my soul for these people, for these opportunities in order to get in front of you, in front of the mic, whereas you got to keep your fucking independence, you got to keep your fucking self-respect, you got to keep your fucking vagina safe from fucking random cocks which raped you, and you got to get away with that. You know, the only way that ever could have happened is if you put yourself in that dangerous situation. I never had to put myself in that dangerous situation. People pulled up by the side when I was walking by the sidewalk to pick me up, to take me away. So fuck you for acting like this is a fucking this is a cry to sympathy. This isn't a cry to sympathy or empathy. This is a cry to facts. This is a cry. This is a response to the reality that trans women are better at surviving, are better at fighting, are better at thriving because we have to try harder. We have to try twice as hard to look feminine. We have to try twice as hard to survive the attacks. We have to try twice as hard to have tough skin. And you know what? I bet these trans women, all these 5 trans women who have ever seen this video are laughing their asses off about the fact they tried harder and they won. In the same way that Usain Bolt is laughing at all the whiteys who can't stand that he won.
And thank you both for jumping on with us tonight.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox.
Go to hell, Sean. Cool. All right. You know? Content. 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 Yes. Cool. All right.
Yo, what's going on, my fellow
Okay, so before we move to the next topic, oh my god,
gamers,
what the fuck is happening?
or this is like one of those.
The screen is scrolling. This is intense.
Yo, what's going on, my fellow
It's not gonna stop
gamers?
either. It's not like we really
Hope
we really need to see what the fuck is going on. What? Is it happening everywhere?
Madison Kenyon.
Yeah. What the shit? What the shit? What? What? Can you explain this to me? Why is YouTube moving on its own? Why won't it stop? What can I slow it down? Can I slow down the movement? Oh my god, what the shit is happening? Nope, nothing is happening. What the shit? Okay, we're gonna have to close this window. Okay, cool. Let's try YouTube again. What the fuck happened? Ugh. Cool.
Hope everyone's having a fantastic.
Cool, cool. So before we get to the whiny gamer, let's solidify this here. Okay, cool. Yes, I'm good. GB1RD, I'm just fucking righteously angry at the fucking cis women who want to complain instead of compete. That's about it. And thank you so much. Yeah, I said that. Okay, awesome. Awesome. I am good and ready to destroy. Beep boop. I said peep boop. Oh well. I meant beep boop, but beep boop works just as fine. Either way, hi everyone. We just talked about trans women in sports and why it's fucking fine for trans women to be in sports and why it's fucking fine to allow minorities in sports, because since the beginning, whiteys have been scared of that, and it's they're rightfully scared because we're better competitors. We want it more. That is the fact. We want it more. Since the beginning we have, and to the end we will. That's about it. Alright, now we're talking about a whiny gamer baby. Alright, let's go. I'm not gonna watch all of this guy's bullshit because, oh my god, you'll have to see.
Yo, what's going on, my fellow gamers? Hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. My female
Don't call
gamers,
yourself a
so today
gamer.
I stumbled upon a video of one of the worst.
Don't call yourself a gamer. That sounds fucking retarded, okay? That sounds dumb. Don't call yourself a gamer. This is a call forward, not a call back. This is the call forward to what he says later in the future. It does sound fucking retarded. If I met a man and I was going on a date with him, and I was like, so what do you do? Like, who are you? And he's like, well, I'm like an avid gamer. I'd be like, okay. Like, I'd laugh in his face. I'd laugh in this man's face if he told me that to my face. So, he laughs as he says it, but unironically, he's using it because he knows his audience. He knows his audience is a bunch of crybaby white men who like to be called gaming people.
Worst, if not the worst comedians I've ever seen. If you thought Amy
The worst comedian I've ever probably seen, oh man, oh shit, Dave Chappelle was never funny to me. He's a pretty bad comedian, some people like him for some reason, but he's a pretty bad comedian. He likes to use like outrage as like his priorities, like his priorities to cause outrage. I think it's because he hasn't gotten enough attention and he knew that would get him attention. But I never heard of him until he actually did that transphobic bullshit. And I've watched it before. We could watch it at some point. I'm not really in the mood right now, but at the same time, yeah, like Amy Schumer is much worse than this comedian. So let's go ahead.
Schumer was bad. If you guys thought Dave Chappelle was bad, well, think again, because Dave Chappelle was that bad. He's a legend, and I will stand for him. That's the only person I would ever stand for, Dave Chappelle. But
and there he goes immediately. The only person I'd ever stand for is Dave Chappelle. I wonder why. Transphobic motherfucker.
Besides that, a gamer comedy club, I didn't know that existed. Or just caused me physically cringe. I was a few seconds away from grabbing my knife and sponsoring the Censor Society.
Yep, there he goes, acting hyperbolic. Thinking that's funny. I was a few seconds away from grabbing my knife and slitting my wrist. What amazing content. Like, I can't even, like, I'm standing right now and I'm not laughing because it's not funny, but, it was fucking hilarious, dude. Like, just fill that fucking time in. We're at 1 minute and 1 second. No showing of this comedian, no showing of what he's actually talking about. He just wants to fill in that time to get that 10 minutes so that he can get that fucking ad rev. Like, is he actually, is this, it probably does. He's got a link in the bottom. I can't honestly tell right now because I'm not like YouTube savvy, but at the same time, like, wow, waste time.
Play it for free.
Wasting
But then I realized, hey, I
time.
have their own customization. If you like
Wasting
take on the world with your
time.
main
Wasting time.
event running now to December 15th to raise $100,000 for charity. And you might think, well, since
Oh my god. This guy doesn't even have like content. He's just fucking chilling right now. He's just a shill who can't make jokes. Who doesn't know, like, oh my god.
I don't have money, I'll be playing the game.
That's
Awesome, and
that.
also doing on.
Can you?
Yeah, let's just continue.
How to be a gamer girl in 4 easy steps. 1.
I'll give you a step. How about you stop saying gamer
How about you stop saying gamer, dipshit?
girl? I'm a gamer boy. I'm a gamer. I just like to play video games. But when people say, yeah, I'm a girl gamer, I'm like, why do you have to add that? Like, how is that relevant to this? Where's my Nobel Prize?
How to be a gamer girl in 4 easy steps. 1. Choose a gender-neutral or masculine username for your online identity. The hordes of cisgender, heterosexual, and mostly white men you'll be gaming with are incredibly sensitive to the possibility of a female within their midst and are more likely to consider you part of the scenery than a peer on the battlefield. If you started gaming when you were young, naive, and starry-eyed, and have the misfortune of an unchangeable feminine username like Jigglypuff Sparkle Fairy, prepare your defenses ahead of time.
Why do you talk like this? So, guys, today I just...
That was actually funny, even though it didn't make me laugh. It made me laugh the first time, maybe, or it made me giggle. But that's honestly the truth. As a woman who's played in games for years, the more I name myself feminine things, the more attention I get in a negative light rather than a positive light. She's just talking about like true shit that's honestly on the internet that people have to deal with, and cis women and trans women alike have to deal with. So, yeah, she's right. And I don't think you can stand it, can you?
Shit my pants and my mom ate it. Like, bro, who stop talking like...
Yep, there you go. Okay. He's going to... Oh, God. This is perfect. We have to slow this down. He's going to make a great point for me.
Jigglypuff Sparkle Fairy, prepare your defenses ahead of time.
Why do you...
Okay. The reason she's talking like this, dipshit, is because she's doing it for comedic effect. But you're not funny when you're talking about bullshit. That doesn't make any sense. Like this. Oh God, listen.
talk like this? So, guys, today I just shit my pants and my mom ate it. Like,
so he can't even, not even like with time, with allotted like editing time and voiceover time. He's never taken a second to actually create a joke because he's unfunny, because he's a shill, because he doesn't actually have a point here. He's just kind of, playing to the whims of all you gamers out there who are complaining about this woman, realizing that you've complained about this woman, or even thinking himself that it's something worth complaining about, to make a bad joke to prove that she's the better comedian, to prove that he couldn't be up on that stage pausing or making comedic timing in any kind of way because you just failed at it live in front of us. Like, not live, but I mean, I'm live and we just watched that.
bro, who stop talking like this?
You want to tell a comedian how they're going to initiate their punchlines, then fucking be a comedian and initiate your own punchlines. Don't stop talking, just babble like you're doing right now. And I'm sure everyone will listen to you when you're talking about shitting your pants and feeding it to your mom, bruh. Fucking idiots.
You're so fucking obnoxious. Like,
You're the obnoxious one, you fucking
went to
chill.
jail to dead or anything. Fuck you are. As long as I have, this is Halo Infinite to the kitchen. Makes one of them is like, I want you on my team, right? It's not like, oh my God. So we have, this is Halo Infinite, and one of them is a gamer girl. You know, guys, let's just kick her out. Send her back to the kitchen, make her some sandwiches, make her some fucking tacos, or go get some Taco Bell because a girl gamer? No, get her the fuck out of here, bro. Are you serious? I mean, are the girl gamers who are better than me? 100%. I'm mid.
Yeah, 100%, nigga. They're fucking feminist female comedians who are better than you at being funny, because you can't be funny because you've yet to make me laugh.
When it comes to gaming and you're carrying the Warzone match, you're good. If you're bad, you're bad. Squid Game fashion, because girls know female gamers. Whoa, surprise! I will rock it.
Is synonymous of your gender. Tell them you are a lesbian, because in gamer jargon, lesbian is synonymous with man, and there's no room to be feminine here. 2. Become an expert in everything.
She's
Complete
doing
every
really
side
well.
quest, earn every achievement. Be prepared for any reference or joke, because if you're not, fake gamer girl alert! Suddenly, that low-cut shirt you're wearing was not a choice you made because you felt good about your bomb-ass cleavage when you woke up this morning.
Like, she made a point that, like, women can't just allow themselves to be beautiful for themselves, that they have to be beautiful for these men in order to be accepted into these communities. And his answer is a sigh. Like, women are facing misogynists every day to be in gaming. And his answer is, so what? So what? We're all misogynists. So what? Oh my God. No argument here. I think we're done. We're done. We're good. This comedian, I'm sure, is actually good, but there's no content here. This guy just has no content. I've skipped through the majority of it, and not a single thing he said has actually been like relevant at all. Like, everything he's talking about is either obvious, a really bad joke that's really badly timed and stupid, or just ignorance in general. Like, All right. Well, I thought that'd be more content, but yeah, pretty much like gamers are fucking babies, man. Gamers are babies. Yeah, I'm just talking. What's up? Either way, yeah, that's pretty much that was that video, and that was the two videos that I had planned. But we had there was earlier there was a discussion about or there was the was it America First rally that happened that Vosh was talking about, and I'm pretty sure like probably would. Oh man, now we're gonna complain. Oh my god. Okay, it's fine. Not only did I say that in regards to a fucking whiner gaming gamer baby, I also said that like just as like a colloquialism that I generally, don't I don't generally use it, but I generally mean in terms of man and this particular dumb man, but doesn't really matter. Um, let's see. What are we gonna do now for content? I had some other things like okay, yeah, I was talking about the America First thing that Vosh did. Vosh. Oh my God! Here goes the controversy. Oh man. So, I was planning on getting some food, maybe doing a little mukbang while I talk about something else, because these Vosh videos are fucking long as shit. They're like hours long. But we'll have to see. Either way, if this is my last moment on Twitch for a little while, it was fun and yeah, usually true, yeah, but Twitch won't care, nor will. Either way, Vosh videos are really long. Demon Mama videos are really long. We covered Demon Mama, but there was a Sandra Hall debate that I recently watched. Um, I'm trying to think of anything that I really wanted to talk about at this moment, but it isn't coming to mind at the moment. I'd like to play games, but the only games that I can play are like Flash games right now since we're using my laptop. So we're gonna have to sort of chill on that and do more like discussion and live talk. But no, this was a good fucking stream, guys, with lots of good content. Like I it's already 52 minutes, just flew by, and we talked about fucking trans content. We talked about we were talking about Black Lives Matter, and we were talking about now we're talking about like complaining gamer babies and about feminism. Like all this is good content. Like don't make a mountain out of a molehill, pretty much. Let's see. Oh yeah. I can do that. Isn't that cool? I like doing that. That's fun. But oh, we could talk about some things, some trans things, some trans arguments and issues. Um, let's see. So for one, um, we have uh we have getting hormones and the ability to reach hormones within the US is apparently still an issue in certain locations, in certain places. Like, it's not actually being allowed, so that is kind of fucked up and a bad law, because that encourages suicide and also like mass migration to places where that allow hormones, because trans people can't actually, or a certain amount of trans people can't actually like continue life without them. So, it's kind of like killing people. So that's pretty bad law. Another bad law is the whole getting your name changed and getting your gender changed being so fucking difficult. It took me about a year and a half in order to get all that done, like 2-ish years. And God, was I fucking excited once I finally got my name and gender changed. That took forever, but like I think that should be much more simple. I think it shouldn't take like the huge court cases like it does, like for forever. Like I think I saw the court twice in order to get that done. And I had to see what do you call it? A therapist or a psychiatrist in order to get evaluated as a trans person to confirm that I am a trans person, rather than just checking my blood levels and seeing that I'm taking hormones and that I am trans and have been trans. I think that would be much better if we just kind of did a blood test or a pee test or whatever test you need to check hormones. I'm pretty sure it's blood, instead of having to go to someone that can confirm that your gender is your gender, because that person could disconfirm that. And even though you're taking hormones, and even though you're very clearly trans, just because they disagree with you, they can deny your ability to change your name and gender. So that is fucking stupid. I don't agree with that law, and that shouldn't be a thing. And then last but not least, fucking uh like getting hormones in general like paid for in the amount that they cost is insane. Progesterone costs $90 on its own just to buy, and nothing changes being a trans woman and requiring that for boob growth. There's like no um I don't know, law or legislation that says that trans women should be able to access these things in um like a more general basis, because we're not fucking rich and we don't have all the money in the world as all the cis people who have all the money in the world. Like, I bet a cis woman could probably pay $90 for a bottle of progesterone, but a trans woman, much less likely, because we're living in fucking destitution, prejudice, and constant fear, and a lot of times inside. So, yeah, that's also really fucked up. The price of hormones. Spironolactone's kind of expensive, and progesterone is hella expensive. Like, and it's just normal progesterone. It's not even medroxyprogesterone, which is something I've taken. I don't know if that makes it cheaper if it's medroxyprogesterone, but medroxyprogesterone puts trans women at risk because it makes their blood clot easier, and if their blood clot's easier, then they could get fucking blood clots in their brain or their heart or their arms or their legs, have one of those parts go numb, or one of those parts have a fucking seizure or heart attack. So, the one that doesn't kill us is $90. That's all I know, per bottle. So, wow. Another thing, cyproterone and domperidone should be legal in the United States. I argue that because of their effects. The effects of domperidone is milk producing, production of milk within our breasts, and that is fucking amazing, and what I would give to milk every day. Like, there's a story about a trans woman who produced more milk than cis women did. Like, she just produced more milk and sold her milk, and it's more than a cis woman could produce. And there's this video with this trans woman who I think she must have been taking domperidone, but she has these boobs, she just squeezes them, and it's just like, and there's milk everywhere. It's amazing. What I would give for domperidone. And then cyproterone is just better than spironolactone, because spironolactone is actually debilitating in inhibiting of the penis, like where it makes the penis not work. And estrogen can do that, but not to the same extent. But say proterone allows you to both have the hormones you need to change your body and physicality, like what do you call it? Spironolactone does, which keeps your what does it do? It keeps your testosterone levels from ever going up. The estrogen keeps your estrogen levels rising. Like that's really important in order for trans women to, you know, feel comfortable in their own bodies, not having to have to risk the negative effect of not being able to use your penis. Because for me, it hasn't been a problem because I'm a bottom. Like I don't really care. I never cared about my ability to use my penis, but at the same time, like most trans women, I think, would agree that they'd be happier with hormones that don't, you know, destroy you down there. But either way, fuck. I said that this fucking stream was for adult viewers anyway, so, you know, we're talking about all the things that you can. I mean, I've heard Vosh talk about cock and stuff, horse cock and stuff, so I think we're probably fine. We're probably not gonna get banned. Either way, even if we are, YouTube ain't gonna ban us because, yeah, we're all good. But, I need about like 6 more hours before I can actually access YouTube, and then I can finally post everyone. I can post these videos finally, just fully in their beauty. And yeah, pretty much like um um let's see, what else did I want to talk about? What other trans issues am I dealing with? Um yes, I do. Yes, I do have my account. Yeah, I have my account like ready and set up. It's just that I can't access it until 6 hours because it's gonna send a confirmation to my email in order for me to be able to use that email. Hello, my little sub. What's up? What's up? What's up? You're my little sub too. But yeah. Okay. Oh. I love Vosh. I think Vosh is really awesome. I think sometimes he has unbased takes, but the majority of the time, I want to say about 90% of the time, I use 90 a lot apparently, but as a statistic, but either way, 90% of the time, I think Vosh is correct. I think and he stands for trans people, and he stands for xenogender people, and he stands for abolition of gender, which is, all these things are fucking based to the max. But however, I am mad at Vosh for not letting me on the stream in order to talk to the prostitute he was talking to, or the lady who was against prostitution he was talking to, or against not just prostitution, but sex work in general, like just being like what do you call it, like a video, like a video producer of sex work. Like she was arguing that that shouldn't be a thing because no woman can actually consent to that because they're doing it because they need to. Some women enjoy it, like I fucking enjoy it, and I wanted to grill her right then and there and just get her, get her, get her, get her, but I couldn't, I couldn't, and he didn't let me on, he didn't let me in, he dismissed me. And can you think of how much of an impact I would have made if I got on Vosh right then in order to fucking grill someone on something I know everything about? That would have been awesome, man. I'm so mad at Vosh for that. He also banned me from his Discord, or at least Hyena did. But I'm back in. But they don't know. Because I've changed my name in my account, but it doesn't really matter. But I'm back in anyways. But yeah. Yeah. Yep. Lots of people are banned from his Discord. But just make a new account. Use a different computer. Use a different phone. Just get a fucking proxy server. What do you call it? Well, what gets you banned from Vosh's Discord? I was moaning with another adult, and we were doing like sexual talk in chat or in like voice, and we were banned for that. pretty much. You have to watch my YouTube channel. Go to Dumbnonblonde, Dumbnonblonde, to see the whole thing. Basically what happened is there were underage viewers who were also there who stepped into the chat while we were moaning. And then they complained, and then they got mad, and then they told everyone, oh, there's 2 people talking about sex in the chat, and we both got banned. That's pretty much it. We talked about sex in the chat. Oh my god, your ban is even worse for talking about DPRK in China. Why not? Why can't you talk about these subjects? No subject should be off-bound. Like, my reason for being banned is like, okay, you know, that's fine. You know, nobody expected kids to be there, but, you know, we were all talking with each other, like, as adults. And that was the whole point, because we thought it was all adults, but, you know. Let's see. Oh gosh. Yeah, I know, he does need an adults only section. Please, like, that would be amazing. That would have been perfect, because then we could have moaned in chat and no one would have cared. But the whole thing is, like, the guy was, like, teasing me and I was, like, moaning for him. And that was, like, the whole reason that I got banned. And I so wanted to fucking talk to Vosh about that, too. I wanted to talk to him about everything. Pretty soon in my next YouTube video, when I finally get my tower back, I have actual video evidence of what happened that night. Who said what and how. And I also called Vosh Daddy, and apparently that was a problem, even though everyone calls him Daddy anyways. Like, oh my god, I was so upset. And I told the mod, I was like, bring it to me. Why are you wasting your time? Fucking ban me. And then they did. So, you know, I was prepared. I already knew what was gonna happen, you know. So yeah, pretty much just being overly sexual in a place where we thought only adults were. But not like we were showing anything. It's not like I was on video showing my tits and a kid, like, came into voice chat. It was just, there was this kid who was in voice chat who we didn't know was a kid, who started moaning back at us. And we were like, oh, this is a fun game. And then they left, and then they came back, and they're like, you're getting banned. And we're like, oh, okay. Like, we had no fucking clue. We had no fucking clue. Yep. Pretty much. And then we talked about, like, cow murder. And, like, that was a bad thing. Like, cows being chopped up in, fucking, what do you call it? Meat houses. And that kid was, like, acting with us like they enjoyed that, but they actually hated it. We didn't even know they were a kid. They were, like, 17. And, they were like, oh yeah, and the cow's guts goes this and that, and we're like, haha, yeah, and then they leave, and then they come back, and they're like, you're getting banned. Oh man, that was fun. That was a fun time, though. That was when I was being totally toxic that year, though. I'm totally not standing for my toxicity that year. I've changed in a big way, because back then I was trying to get banned for basically everything, which I got banned from Destiny's Discord, I got banned from Vosh's Discord, I got banned from everyone's Discord. I was fucking ornery back then. It was a fun time, though. You know, on Discord at least. IRL, my life was fucking awful, but, you know. Discord was pretty much my life back then. But I love Discord. And by the way, if anyone wants to talk to me on Discord, I do have a Discord and I can link it and you can talk to me about stuff. But yeah, pretty much. I want to get some food, but I don't really want to leave the chat. I've been given food from the people who are being really kind and being my techs here. But I don't know who got the food. I don't know if the tech got the food or if someone else got the food, but there is food out there for me. So if you don't mind, real quick, I'm gonna go grab that, and it's gonna be quick, and then we'll have a mukbang, and then we'll talk about more stuff. We'll change the stream topic and all that, and talk about some more stuff. We could play Slay the Spire, but that's the only game I can play, or like what do you call it? What's that game called? Fucking Among Us. Like those, like, really cheap and easy to render games, because my computer is like already, the fan's like, so it's like, you know, is gonna explode if we try to play something that's actually 3D. So either way, I'm gonna be right back, and I'm gonna get my food. So okay, cool. taco. I didn't really wrap it good. I don't really know how to do that every time I'm allowed to make my own taco at taco. But it's probably because I overdo it. I mean, that's exactly the reason. I told you, there's already food on my plate. Mmm. Alright, wow, that was good. Okay. I don't know how to run polls yet, so it's not like we really have enough viewers to run polls. But I'm pretty sure we're gonna be talking about something else, so let me find like a topic to talk about. And of course his name's something like stupid, like this comedian ruined her career in 25 seconds when all she did was make like a pretty good joke. Your Heart's a Mess is a really good song by Gautier, by the way. Their only song wasn't somebody that I used to know. Like, I think I'm gonna listen to Your Heart's a Mess after this just because of that. Trying to find something worth talking about. I listened to Little Darky. Am I bad because of that? I don't know. I like Little Darky a lot. Like, he's like controversial, but at the same time, he's like his music really bops. But maybe I'm a bad person for that. There's life advice from Vosh. Let's see if anything Vosh recently uploaded was something worth talking about. Let's see. Right. We can do. I know what we can do. We can do Bad Empanada about Vosh. Bad Empanada actually talks about Vosh here. That's something important. So now we're gonna change. Edit the stream info. And change it. Man, every time I change it, it changes back to the other thing. I thought it changed already. But let's see. Slash. Let's see. Done. Do I have to change it again? This is what's weird and confusing me. Because when I go to Creator Dashboard, what does it say? What does it say? Bad and Banana versus Vosh. It says that now, but why did it not say that earlier? Either way. Bad and Banana. So I have a couple of Vosh videos about 3 months, 4 months, 10 days, 11 months. So we're going to go 11 months, 4 months, 3 months, 10 days. Oh! So we're going to start with the 10 days and then go back to the 11 months. Hopefully that's not bothersome. Here, we'll just leave this open. We'll do the 10 days first. Let's see.
Germany or something.
Okay. Now, I'm a fan of Bad and Banana. I think most people here should like him and do like him. But, you know, he's got some critiques of Vosh, and we all like Vosh, so let's see what he has to say about that and whether or not they're salient. And I'm pretty sure Bad and Banana is right, so looks like Vosh is in some hot water. Let's go ahead and...
You know what else I wanted to talk about? American
Tell me.
exceptionalist imperialism. The way that a lot of Americans who claim to be on the left, but I don't really think they're on the left, but they think they are, engage with American imperialism, engage with America's role on the world stage, as they call it. And I have a very good example for this from none other than the V-Man himself, Voosh. You guys all know and love him. And I want to use this as a stepping off point to analyze this sort of thing.
I call him, what's it? Vasish? Varish?
So what does he have to say? Well, let's find out.
I think that if Russia attacks Ukraine, the NATO and the United States should be able to mount some kind of defense. Yes, absolutely. Appeasement doesn't work. This is not about being pro-war. History has shown time and time again that appeasement does not work as a strategy. If Russia attacks, they'll...
What history? It's weird. Like, what are you talking about here, for one? This is not, like, specifically the segment that I wanted to address, but this part is also weird. Like, I don't know, he's talking about Russia like it's Nazi Germany or something with the whole appeasement thing.
They'll just involve, they'll get more and more. Ukraine isn't in NATO, so wouldn't that immediately escalate, though? Russia is escalating by attacking the Ukraine. Russia's not
the Ukraine.
Not a part of NATO. Who cares?
The Ukraine.
Do you think it's in NATO's strategic interest for Russia to take over the Ukraine? You can't cede ground on this. Eventually, we're going to have to deal with the Russia problem. The big difference...
The Russia problem? Like, what is he talking about here, honestly? So I want to just note firstly here, he's talking about this in terms of, like, us, right? Like, us. Like, the USA... NATO as entities, okay?
Yep.
He's specifically identifying himself with the USA as an entity and with NATO, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And that's very important because this is the mentality that many Americans have where they identify themselves with a bloc.
Yes. Americans identifying themselves with tyranny is a bad thing. Believe it or not, like, what we're in, capitalism, even though it's not going to, like, change anytime soon and we're not going to actually get any anarchism like I want, like, identifying yourself with tyranny that's like gone on for years upon years, like America has been the colonizers and have like decapitated babies by proxy by establishing dictatorships so that they could change the sort of flow of a country, so that they could not change the flow of a country, I said that wrong, but so that they could seize land within a country so that they could use it for oil and other kind of things, and gave power to dictators. So, you know, identifying yourself with the bad moves that America has made and the moves that America is currently going to make looks pretty bad, because America's taking all the, like, I've been in the car multiple times because I'm in rehab. I have to go from, I have to take a van to the rehab school thing. And we pass by these what do you call them? the oil, the diggers, the oil extractors, those things, and those are just terrifying. All the land around it is fucking dry, and it's fucking obvious why. We're taking like the natural substances from beneath the earth, and we're taking that oil and extracting it in order to pollute the sky and move. Like, that's a bad move in itself that we're trying to do here, that we're already doing here, which we're already doing too much of, which we are then establishing dictatorships to do more of across the world and just drain all the world of its resources. So it's kind of like, it's a really bad move every time, and it gets worse when you establish a dictator who you give all the reins to fucking murder anyone within that society to gain control. So like, it's just heinous. Like, a lot of America's actions are heinous, and heinous as fuck, and there is no justifying, there's no excuse for it. So Bad Empanada has a point.
With a geopolitical bloc, which currently today is by far the world's worst imperialist bloc.
Yes! By far the world's most worst imperialist bloc. Agreed, Bad Empanada, agreed.
What we can deduce from this is, at least on a subconscious level, people like this think that essentially Western military hegemony is a good thing. That US hegemony is a good thing. It just needs to be wielded in a good way.
Nope.
And for them, defending Ukraine from Russia would be a good way of utilizing this good Western military hegemony. For them, like, the problem with the US and European interventions,
wait, one second,
etc.
one second, hold on, I'll be right back, hang on. I actually have a meeting to go to right now. Normally I'm not like forced into meetings, but right now I am. So I have only 15 minutes to get ready for this rehab meeting. We'll continue the Bad Empanada talk when I come back, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. Either way, thank you so much for joining, everyone. I'm going to link my Discord right now. Oh, and thank you for linking my Twitch, Dijon. You're so sweet. But let me invite some people. Copy. And boom. That's my Discord. Please join my Discord. I will be linking my Twitter the next time when I'm able to access that Twitter within 6 hours. And my YouTube and all that. I'll be linking my YouTube, my Twitter, and all that kind of stuff. And we'll be posting on both YouTube and Twitter and stuff. But basically, follow me on Twitch so that you can see more of my discussions. And my YouTube is coming. My Discord's right there. You can join there to talk to me, like, in general. Like, I'm not on there every day, but I try to be on there as much as possible. I answer messages, like, every day. But I also do just hop into that Discord to talk to my fans. But besides that, everyone, thank you for watching. It was kind of an intense stream. You know, some mistakes on my part, but majority of the time, I just kind of nailed it this time. So this was a pretty good stream. Thank you, everyone, for joining. I'll see you next time. Bye, Dummy Dum Bummies.